Your 20s are for building, not flexing on other people and trying to look like you have it all figured out. And this is something that I've definitely noticed throughout my life. Again, I'm 27 years old and I've got, all kinds of friends that I have on Instagram and, social media in general. And there's a handful that stick out to me when it comes to this because they're constantly posting online, acting like they have everything figured out, acting like they're making all this money, acting like they, are living this grandiose lifestyle. And I can tell you for a fact, man, that about 99% of it is all fake. And you know why? Because I've met these people, I know these people, I've hung out with them, and it's like that with so many people online. And people are just trying, especially younger people, are just trying to make it seem like they have this game figured out and that they're doing all these things that you're not, and you're just this loser who's watching them on a screen. And, they're posting their highlight reel every single day, every single one of their posts. They're smiling, they're happy, they're doing all this different kind of stuff. Guys, I can tell you that if you believe into the lie that people post on social media, and I guarantee you, if you're watching this video, you can probably think of 2 or 3 people that are doing this. It doesn't matter how old you are, what age you are, it literally means nothing. I guarantee you guys, you have a few people that come to mind when I'm talking about this, because there's so much fake in this world. There's so much fake online, and people just want to act like they have everything figured out. They want to act like they have all the answers. They want to act like they're making all this money, like they've got it, they're living the life, right? And some people really are, but the people that are, from my experience, and I've met a lot of them, the people that are actually successful and are actually doing the things that they say they're doing, those people are not posting on Instagram all day long. They're not posting on YouTube all day long. They're not talking about how much money they're making all the time. They're just doing whatever it is that they do, and they're just letting their success do the talking, right? That's the type of person that I want to be. I don't want to be this guy who's over here talking about, his Lambo or all this different kind of stuff, which I don't have, showing all these big fancy photos of his house and, all these different things that, it's just, most of it's fake, guys. You just have to understand that. And a lot of the younger people that I know that, are coming out of high school, coming out of college, it's a lot of those people, and I used to be one of them. You get fooled by the flash. You think that, these people really are doing all this kind of stuff, and they really are super successful, and they really are, driving this car, and they can afford all this. Are you serious? But, that's what you think. And, when you actually believe those things that you see online, it makes you feel like a loser, because you see your life where you're, trying to build a project, or, working a job, or doing something that's moving you forward. Maybe not at the rate that you wish it was, but you're doing something. And you see these other people online who are, living this crazy lifestyle, who are maybe your age or maybe even a little bit younger, and it makes you feel like a loser. And I felt like that before. I felt like that many times. But once I realized that, like, dude, all this stuff is fake. Those people are probably financing that entire lifestyle. They probably can't afford the car. They probably don't even own the car they're talking about or posting of. They probably just had some guy drive by in a, Lamborghini or whatever it is, a nice car, and they're like, hey, dude, can I take a photo of that? And they just stand right in front of it and post it on their Instagram. That happens every single day. Every single day. Nice houses. They rent it out for 2 days on an Airbnb with 40 of their friends, and they act like they own the house, and they're selling you a course out of it. Like, guys, this kind of stuff literally happens every single day. It's insane. And it's honestly, it's hilarious, because people go to such great extents to be able to make it seem like they have everything figured out. And the sooner you can realize that nobody has anything figured out, the better. You can ask people who are super successful, that have built giant businesses, that are making all kinds of money, that have real success in the real world. You can ask those people, hey, do you have it all figured out? And they'll tell you, they say, no, I definitely don't. I'm still figuring it out every single day, because that's the reality. Nobody has all the answers. Everybody is literally just trying to figure out what the hell they're doing in this world. And it's that way in business. It's that way in life. It's that way with everything. Nobody really knows what they're doing, including me, including you. Nobody knows. We're all just figuring it out as we go, right? So don't buy into the garbage that you see online. Don't buy into the facade that you need to be flexing or acting like a baller in your 20s or 30s. It's just a joke, man. Your 20s and your 30s are for building. You should be developing skills. You should be developing, relationships. You should be working. You should be doing every single thing that you can to move forward and put yourself in the best position possible so that in your 40s and your 50s, that's where you can really start hitting the ground running. That's where you're really going to make a lot of your money, is in your 40s and your 50s. Because if you've been, compounding all these skills and these relationships and all these, opportunities that you've been working on throughout your younger years, that all those are going to continue to compound on an exponential scale. It's not linear. It's not a linear growth pattern. It's exponential, right? So you have to set if you're going to build a big house, what do you have to do first? You have to build the foundation. And that's exactly what you're doing when you're in your 20s and your 30s, is you're building the foundation for your entire life. Because guys, we're going to be on this planet, hopefully, for a long time. Like the average American, I think, lives to like 78 years old or something. Not to say that you want to, delay your success and all this stuff until you're an old man. That's not the case by any means. But we're going to be doing this. We're going to be working for a long time. So we have to set a rock solid foundation, is my point. And if we don't set a rock solid foundation, then we are going to regret that later on. You have to develop skills. You have to develop experience. You have to develop relationships. And all those things come with time, right? So instead of posting on Instagram 25 times a day and acting like you're successful and posting this highlight reel and all this different kind of stuff, which I doubt that the people who listen to this channel are doing. I'm just speaking in generality because there's a lot of people that do that. Instead of doing those things, you should be focused on building a skill set, focusing on building a product, focusing on building the best version of yourself so that you can be valuable to anybody. Any business can hire you. You can start your own business if you want to. You can do all these things. You can start a YouTube channel. You're good at communication. You can do all these things because you took the time to invest into your skill set and to build that foundation when you're in your younger years. And the sooner you can do that, the better. And that's something that I've definitely noticed and learned and, observed from people who are super successful is, man, people who are super successful don't need to talk about how they're so successful. That's just the biggest telltale sign of someone actually not being who they say they are. It's like if they're talking about, I've got this, I've got that, I did this, I did that. If they're talking about those things all the time, then odds are they're probably fake and they're lying to you so that they can sell you some kind of course or some kind of online program. How many people do you guys see online that are selling online programs and courses that act like this? It's almost all of them, right? And that's just the reality. Don't fall for the Instagram BS. Don't fall for the, online facade that everyone is living this crazy life and you're not. You're some loser who's trying to figure something out. That's all a joke, man. That's all a lie. It's these people want you to think that they're cool and that you're not, and they're posting their highlight reel every single day that they're spending probably a lot of money just to edit and, make look prettier than it really is. And it's all fake. And you can't believe that. You can't buy into that. And honestly, the more time that you spend thinking about it and watching them, the more you're going to get behind, right? Stop counting other people's money, right? If they've got more money than you and they're posting like it, first of all, they're probably lying. Second of all, if they do, who cares, right? It's not going to help you to sit there and watch them. Don't count other people's money, right? That's something that I've learned throughout my life, and it's served me well. Just focus on your goals, focus on the things that are right in front of you, and do everything you can to move forward every single day, right? Just taking even small steps every single day is going to move you a lot farther along than a lot of these fake people online, because these people are going to get busted for being fake, and then their entire reputation is going to be ruined. And then they're going to be really screwed because you're going to have to go out there and build something and be successful with a bad reputation. And that's very difficult to recover from, guys. You want to do this the right way. You do not want to be one of these guys who's like a has-been at 30, 35 years old because they were flexing and like faking all this success online, and now they have to go get a regular job or do something and, reveal to the world that they're not that person. Right. That's, again, last thing I'm going to say on this. That's why you see a lot of these people who are acting like they're balling out of control online. That's why you see a lot of these people just like stop posting all of a sudden and just like go dark for like 2 or 3 years and, or forever, because they got exposed. They probably couldn't afford their fake lifestyle, and they just are embarrassed to keep posting. So, again, guys, I don't want to keep rambling about this and ranting, but ignore the flashy, fake garbage online. 99% of it is fake. The real people who are actually successful in life are not over here talking about it 24/7. They're just doing the work, and that's the type of person that you want to be. Just show up, get your job done, do the work, move forward, and don't talk about it. That's the best way to be. So anyway, guys, hope you guys enjoyed this video. Like and comment and subscribe if this was helpful to you guys. I'd love to get your guys' support on this channel as we're trying to grow this. So anyway, hope you guys have a great day, and I'll see you guys in the next one. Peace.